What's up YouTube? I'm Laura and you're watching Atomic Adventures and Reviews, and a rare occasion me and Mr. Atomic are both off on the same day during the middle of the week. So we decided we are going to go and check out the Deer Valley Petroglyph Preserve and see what petroglyphs we can find. And then he seems to think he can remember where there are some off the side of the road near, what was it, the Gila River? Yeah, so we're going to adventure there and see if we can find those. So hang in there with us and hopefully we'll see some really cool petroglyphs today. Okay, here we go. We're headed out to the trail. So it's about a quarter of a mile hike, so a half a mile round trip. And we're going to take you guys to see some pretty awesome petroglyphs. They're called this is the Deer Valley Petroglyph Preserve. It's run by ASU. It's $9 to get in per person without any discounts like military or anything like that. And then it gives you, when you scan that QR code, it gives you an audio tour. So when we get closer, I'll bring you guys back on video. Okay, so here we have, I guess that it's pronounced, is it Manos? I'm hearing in Matatas. Okay. This is where they use rocks to grind up their grains. So these are rocks that were found in the desert that have worn away basically from that grinding process.
Do this.
Yeah.
Grind the grain.
I just thought I'd show you guys that. We're almost there, but I wanted to show you what that was. So here's another area that had some petroglyphs, and you can see the spirals there on the rocks. We're still not to the main area, but that's kind of neat to see, so I wanted to show you guys that. You're almost always going to see petroglyphs when you see rocks like this, these volcanic-like rocks. They're almost anywhere you are in Arizona, if you see rocks that look like this, you're going to find petroglyphs. I don't know if these are just the best petroglyph drawing rocks in the state or what, but the trail is well marked, it's flat, it's not cement or anything like that, but you can still easily walk through this. So, oh, little flowers. These are pretty. Yeah. So this one's really hard to see, but this one's called Kissing Deer Petroglyph. And if you look in the corner right here, you do see two deer touching noses, which is a common thing among the petroglyphs. Usually I see bighorn sheep, but apparently this is nicknamed Deer Valley for a reason. So I'll show you the next one we find. So who made the petroglyphs? Archaeologists and other scholars believe the petroglyphs in the I guess it's pronounced Hedgepeth Hills show evidence of three cultural traditions: Western Archaic, Hohokam, and Patayan? I'm not sure how that's pronounced. You know, you guys know how I am with pronouncing things, but I just show you this. It's pretty. I knew it was Hohokam. I know how to pronounce that one. But there are way up on this mountain. They're full of them. So my question is, did they?
Right below it.
These rocks? Yeah, I can see there's some. It's hard for you guys to see. Let me see if I can get in closer. It's really hard. But there definitely are some on these rocks. But my question is, did they climb these rocks just to make those pictures up there? Because these rocks, you know, this is not a hospitable area, let's just say. So my question is, why did they climb all the way up there to put it up there in the middle? Like, why isn't it down here towards the bottom? Just my question. If anybody knows the answer, let me know. Okay, so up there, I don't know if you can see it or not, like I'm trying to get in that area there. There are crosses on that upper rock. They say that the crosses were supposed to be, at least they think the North Star, or what was it, Venus? Venus, yeah. Which is the same symbol you'll see on the New Mexico license plates. So it must be a common thing. It must have meant something, right? And there are some more on the rocks. So someone had to climb these rocks, some native, long ago, climbed this rocky area just to put their mark up there. Interesting. Oh yeah, there's,
There.
yeah, these ones aren't as good as some of the ones I've seen though. Like that I see for free. Just saying. But there are some, you really have to look on these rocks.
And then right over there, there's some.
Yeah, there's a bunch of lines up there. I don't know if you guys can see what I see or not. But so they have these viewing tubes everywhere where you're supposed to be able to look through these tubes
Squirrel.
to see what they're trying to point out. But honestly, I don't see anything.
Well, there's a whole bunch of them on the
So-
side of this one.
You can almost see them better with your own naked eye. Oh, okay, I see where. Ooh, and there's nice shade right here too. I'm gonna lean right here, right on the edge of these rocks here. You'll see
Oh,
some.
there's some good ones
Like
right there.
right. Hold on, let me see if I get my finger right up there. There's some.
And then right there, and right there.
They're kind of just. You really have to just. Kind of like you're not looking for them, and then you see them.
They're just like scattered. They're scattered everywhere. There's a
But
horse on that rock.
But it's so awkward though. I mean, why would somebody climb up there just to put that on the side of that rock? Unless it used to be way up there and they fell and broke, like the ones at, I think, at Saddle Mountain. I really honestly believe those used to be a bigger piece and they fell off the side of the mountain over time.
Snakes on
Oh,
that
there's
one.
tons up here. Okay, let
Yeah.
me zoom in.
A whole bunch up there. There's a deer head right there.
So right, let me see right up
There's
here.
some right out in the front of that rock with all the lichen on it.
You can see the deer, yeah. There's a whole bunch of them up there. Okay. Let's see if there's any others that I can see. Okay, so this is a good view to see the ones up here. Let me see if I can get zoom in a little bit there. So there's some there. They're four-legged creatures of some kind, but I can't tell what four-legged creatures they are. Here we go. Ask and ye shall receive. Petroglyphs. Why do you think they might have put petroglyphs so high on the mountain? Let's find out. At the very top of the mountain is a petroglyph that could possibly be a snake. This is the highest petroglyph on the mountain. One theory about the petroglyphs is that they could have been wayfinding signs or signals for those traveling through the area. Okay. Very good. Very good.
So that one up there is the snake right there.
Yeah. I don't know. And then anytime you guys see a circle with a dot in it, usually that's supposed to be a sign for water, but it's also used for other things too, but for the most part water. So it may be signifying, that there was water nearby for people that traveled. Okay, so just so you know, this facility, you do still have to wear a mask. It's run by ASU, so I guess they can do whatever they want. I don't know. There's no mask mandate here in Arizona, so I don't know why they make you. But especially when you're outdoors. They just want you, if you're in the nature center, to wear a mask still, so just a heads up. It is $9 a person to get in. We're gonna go and look at the nature center and kind of just read up a little bit and cool off inside. It was definitely cool to see. I'm glad I came. But I'll be straightforward. I mean, this is Atomic Adventures and Reviews, right? So we're on a little adventure and now we're going to review it. Mr. Atomic, what do you think? Is it worth the $9?
It depends on if you've ever seen petroglyphs before.
Yeah. True.
Plus, you're supporting ASU.
Yeah, yeah.
And the archaeological dig that's out here. So, you know, on a moral level, yeah, I would say it's worth the $9.
Yeah.
But
there's always the but. But you could go see cooler ones for free. So, and I showed you guys, you guys have seen the petroglyphs on Saddle Mountain. You guys have seen the petroglyphs over at the White Tank Mountains, which I showed you guys when I did the waterfall trail. You know, technically I had to pay for that too. It was only $7, but those petroglyphs are way better than these. I understand the want to preserve them, and I'm glad that they did this. I'm glad that they have this, because if you've never seen petroglyphs, Mr. Atomic's absolutely right. This is a good place to start so that you can read and you can learn about them, and then you know what to look for in the future, because these are everywhere all over Arizona. Just about every trail you go on, you probably can find some if you're out in the mountains. So if you're new to hunting for petroglyphs, definitely a good place to start. It is a very short walk. It's flat. It's pea gravel. So it's not difficult at all. There's plenty of places to sit and rest and cool off. Lots of stuff to read, and it has a nature center. So yeah, if you're a first timer or a beginner and looking for this, I'll recommend it. But if you are like me and you've seen them a bunch of times, it's not worth it. Just being honest. So until the next adventure, peace out. So now I know what butterfly I keep seeing when I'm out on the trail. It's a two-tailed swallowtail butterfly. I guess it's the state butterfly. So those yellow butterflies that I kept seeing when I was on the waterfall trail, that's what it is. Interesting to know. So these are what mesquite beans look like. This is what they used to grind on those stones that I showed you back there. Or this is what they were grinding, I should say, on the stones that I showed you back there. So that does make a flour, and they could actually make bread with it. So interesting. Pause this if you want to actually read it word for word. So we are out petroglyph hunting right now. Which one are you trying to take me to? What's the name of it?
Whale Point petroglyphs.
Yeah. We're in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna flip the camera. Hold on. And when I say the middle of nowhere, I mean the middle of nowhere. So we're gonna get out right now and kind of just look around a little bit. He's gonna try and turn the truck around. We think this is a sorghum farm. It looks, for those of you that don't know, it's a food additive. And it looks like corn when it's growing. But there's supposed to be petroglyphs over here. And, oh dear. Don't you get this truck stuck. We've done this before, so I'm gonna let him get into an area where he's fine with the truck. We're gonna get out and walk. We're gonna try and cross this river area, this riverbed area, and see if we can get to it. So we'll be back in a sec. So we think that with all the flash flooding we've had lately, that the flash flood may have screwed up our ability to get to this site, because look at all this debris here. You can tell it's like from water rushing through, and it just dragged all this debris through. You can tell that this used to be creek or riverbed, and then we have all this debris. Look how high that is. That's all just, yeah. And the mountain we want to get to is that mountain that you can kind of see a little bit of the tip of. That's probably where it is. And I don't think we're gonna get there. So we're gonna head back towards the way we came and see what other adventures we can find on the way home. Because this is a fail, but that's okay. It's definitely a adventure. We passed by a power plant, we passed by landfills, we passed by a prison that was built and never utilized, which we thought was really interesting. We're like, quarantine camps? So we'll be back if we find something interesting.